Okay, hello Libras. How are you guys doing today? So today I got a microphone. I kind of like hooked it up to see whether or not it works through the computer. And guess what? I guess the little box that came with it kind of like had a little shortage in it, so I guess a little cheap thing don't work. Should have known paying $22, $3 or how much it cost. It was a gimmick, I would have saw it through to see so much stuff on TikTok and I was ordering like crazy. I was like, oh my god, it's so cheap. The microphone. Yeah. Little did I know. Half of us gonna work. As always, Americans always get crap. But anyway, Libras, how are you guys doing? I am Nicole, and today I hope you're having a lovely day or evening or afternoon, whatever time or phrase that you are listening to this. Um, I'm going to do love and finance today for your Libras. So I may run into maybe 20 to 30 to 40 minutes, maybe a little more, depends on if I got to vent about something. But hopefully I don't. So in the beginning, I'm going to kind of read. I won't say I'm professional at reading, so excuse my jacked up reading. So excuse me if I fumble some words and missed the word, thought it was like, and it was actually the cat. So I do that sometimes, okay? Because when you're reading, you kind of get crossed up when you're doing it so much. Well, like those people be on YouTube, they have a little thing where they actually get paid to read stories. I'm like, oh my god, that's so terrible. But hey, I jack up words so much to be there all day, probably a whole week, just to do one paragraph or one chapter. It probably take me a whole month to do a chapter. Sometimes one chapter. Ooh. I jack up a few sentences. I can imagine reading the whole chapter. But anyway, less than the whole book. But anyway, Libras, I hope you guys are having a good day, feeling real fancy, and enjoying life, and feeling blessed and able. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Also share, so that when I go live, my subscribers will be able to get free readings once I'm live. But not free readings like a whole lot, but give everybody a chance to get some. So therefore, it's important that you share this content so that I can go live. Also, watch the whole channel all the way through. It's spiritual readings. Like, who don't want spiritual readings, man? I want spiritual readings. I'll be watching it for a whole 2 or 3 hours if I can, okay? You don't understand the licks that you get out of this. You don't understand information that comes through spiritual reading. But I know, it's, it's time consuming. People got to get used to it. And I'm not trying to push everybody over here because some people is like, let me hear the prophets from word from the Lord. Now, you guys like demons and stuff. No, if you can't get me my husband, or you can't get me $1 billion, then I want to listen to you, okay? I don't. Does this sound like it's a work of evil? I can't say it's not because I'm not going to lie to you and say, God, prove this. God is in this. Yes, it is, because God wants everybody to have faith, okay? And I feel like a lot of us, what is that clicking noise? Okay, Libras, today, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. As I said before, I had to pause, so excuse me for going on repeat like this. But it's important to watch the whole video through so that I can get the time up, right? So once I get the time up, they'll give me more, uplift so that I can go live, Share the video, show some interaction with the video so that I can get it flowing, Libras. When you guys come, I don't know if it's you or just YouTube, I don't know if it's other subscribers. Don't come up here with the energy of hating on spiritual world, okay? Come on here. Don't act like spiritual world is the same thing as reality, because it's not. It's a huge chess piece move. And when I say chess piece move, it's like it moves things behind spiritual world that we don't comprehend. And as I was saying before, I had to pause and come back and try to figure what I was saying. It's not like the reality world that we go in. And I think a lot of people is not used to it and they don't understand it. So they just hear something and go about their business. It's like you have to kind of like, it's like being disrespectful. And the spiritual world was like, well, that was rude. So therefore, I don't know sometimes how it goes because I'm not always trying to connect to every energy that comes on around me or come to the channel. So that's why I say you have to be mindful of the spiritual world that actually sees you and feel like, well, I gave that insights to her and you're so ungrateful, so be mindful of that. It's just like you go on to a job and you work and your boss says, oh, you work hard for me, but I'm not going to pay you for it. I'm good. You can go about your business. And you can like, okay, well, I have to buy food. I have to pay my bills. What I'm going to do? And they're like, I don't care. You get what I'm saying? So be mindful of how you treat other people. That's the way you want to be treated, you know. You may say, well, I'm weak in comments. That's not true. Because when I go to people's videos and I like the information, I feel like you fed me. I like to comment on the videos. I do it so much. People say, you need to stop commenting. You need to stop this. And if I don't like it, I'm not going to keep strolling. I'm just keep strolling. Because usually I don't stay and watch everybody's video. Because I'm not that kind of person who can watch everybody's videos. But if I feel like you educated me and I feel like this is what I needed, I'm going to like it. Now, I know you may say, well, that's how I feel about your video. Well, this is spiritual, bro. This is not like other videos where you're just watching somebody cook or clean or somebody do certain things that's making you funny and making you laugh. And I watch those videos and I like them too, even if they do entertain me in some kind of way. But I'm talking about spiritual world. If you feel like something actually gave you information, like something may come up and say, hey, you're finna get a divorce and this is how you proceed, da 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 da. And you didn't know you was getting divorced. And then you turn around and just run. And I know sometimes we get into a panic, and so we can't come back and like and subscribe, or we can't support the channel because we feel like, oh my gosh, I just heard something I didn't hear before, I didn't know what's going on, or I'm in doubt, or I'm in fear that this is possibly true. So I do get that, but at the same time, if you're yearning to come back again and you don't support the channel, it's like you're showing this way as if saying, I'm sneaking being here, and I don't want her to really know I'm here. I don't really want nobody to know that I came here. So I get that too, but at the same time, just show some kind of appreciation so that it doesn't make you feel like a job feels like when you get hired there and they just working for free and it's tell you that, oh, I can't pay you any money. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm trying not to spook you. I'm not trying to bully you into or anything. But like I said, when I go to people's spiritual read, I don't even stand there long. But at the same time, I know for me, because I do spiritual work, I always give people free readings. I go back and give free information to people. Sometimes people don't like me talking on this channel because they feel like, well, you're taking my people. You're trying to da-da-da-da. And I feel like there's way too many people in the world. And when you talk into the spiritual world, you have no clue. You're helping the dead, okay? And the dead is about a pound. So I think that it's hard for us to understand exactly what we're doing as spiritual readers, that we're helping so much people, because you have to understand, if her mother died and her husband kills her, she's like hoping that somebody on this side can help. It's just like those movies that you see, those horror movies, how those, let's see, the movie called, I just kept watching it over and over again just a minute ago. What was it? I want to say Six Souls, but it's not Six Souls, it's Echo, where the girl got raped and beat and killed, smothered, and how she wanted the man to pick up the fact that she got killed and how he solved her problem. That's what it's like with spiritual world. So therefore, even though you don't have people on the outside support, you still have the dead. It's like, please let somebody know that this is what happened to my husband, or this is what happened to me, or this will happen to my child, or this will happen to both of us. So even though we're not helping people on this side, it's hard time to see what we see. It's hard time to get it. We're still doing some work. People don't realize when you're doing spiritual work on this channel, you still open up doors for the people that's on the other side. Because that's mainly who we're talking about. When we're asking for guidance and asking for insights, they're literally laying out the foundation for us. So it's like those people, you see in those movies, how they come back for people who is being mean and trying to stop stuff. You know, we think that stuff is not true because it's in the movie. But some of that stuff is made up, and some of that stuff is 90% what goes on behind the scenes. That's why a lot of preachers and stuff do not want people to talk to different sides. They don't want you to interact because they feel like you wake up ghosts, you wake up demons, you do cause interaction. But majority of the time, those things that people were sneaking behind the scene and doing, it also revealed the true things that they were doing too. So that's why a lot of times this stuff is not good, because it also will help reveal things that our naked eyes can't see, and our detectives will take forever to put it pieces together. But it also is a thing. Have you ever seen that movie called Thorn? You ever seen with Thorn and his brother, which is like the devil, and how Satan goes and whistles people's ears? It's like an energy where people are literally like can whisper in each other's ears, and help them know where certain things at. So they call it psychic ability, sort of like that. So it's still amazing to help the detectives and the police officers who's on this case are trying to figure it out. When we open up the spiritual world, it helps them to find the clues when they're stuck. When they're like, oh my God, I can't figure out this. Then now you see on the news, now people have discovered bodies from way back then. Because back in the day, they didn't have as much spiritual reason as they have now. A lot of people just didn't get into it because they felt like, oh, I don't want to get killed. I didn't want nobody to know I had dreams. Oh, I didn't want nobody to know, da 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 da. So nowadays, a lot of stuff is helping people out when they don't know what's helping them out. So that's why I say it's a good thing and it's also a bad thing. The bad thing is when people come to you like, girl, I want to get that woman's husband. I want to figure out how to do this and how to do that. Show me how to do it, da, 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 or help me, da 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 da. So when you're trying to do something negative, it's a backfire. So that's nothing that the preachers don't want you doing or seeking into the higher priests that actually know about the dark side. The dreams will come to them and tell them, hey, this person is doing this and this person is erupting this and causing this because you're messing up homes. You know, people do it on their own. They can make a mess without doing spiritual work. But some people want to come and force a situation when they feel like this person's, say for instance, like a woman. She's going to church for her husband, and she's determined that she's going to keep her husband's prayer. And so this woman is praying for her husband to stay home with her. But the other woman is praying that he stay with her. But she feels like her prayer is not being answered. And she don't know why God is not answering her prayer. I want this man. I want him now. So therefore, she go to a heavy spiritual person because the work of God is not helping her because she's wrong. The eyes of God, their marriage is vows is okay with him. Because they came and got permission to get married. She don't have permission to be this woman's husband, and God does not condone that. So now she has to find somebody who can do a dividends thing that can go behind them and flip their marriage into a chaos so that she can have this man thinking that she's going to be okay. But God is God, regardless. He do not want you to go behind his back and mess around with dark arts, which is this stuff they call it the dark arts when you're trying to manipulate something for the benefits of you, your self-desires. So when you go down this tunnel and somebody says, girl, put this together, put that together, and do this and that way, and I help you, da da da. Then the preachers go to having dreams and of evil stuff happening, and then they're trying to break their necks to get to you to stop you from doing it. So then you have people getting hanged and tortured because you're doing evil works because it's coming to them in the spiritual world about what you're doing is abomination. And then you got the hurricanes and the tornadoes or the floods coming around your neighborhood trying to stop you from being evil, trying to stop you from messing up the path that God has restored. Because this woman's praying for her husband. She don't know why God don't have her back. And God is doing all he can to stop you from destroying her marriage and keep her prayers from being in vain, but to also keep her, keep her prayers irrelevant. It's like, oh yeah, her prayers is coming through. Her prayers is being blessed. But you're trying to unbless those prayers. You're trying to destroy that home. You're trying to make this man be with you. But okay, you get this power. You go ahead and you get this man. And this pathway comes through. Then all of a sudden now, you have to sit back and do the same thing. You have to go pray to God and that this man stay with you. Now you're catching the devil because now he wants somebody else. Because see, you done went through the storms trying to make sure he stays with you. And everything you don't surpass trying to get this man, and now he's there with you, and now you have to figure out, well, I gotta pray to God even more. But now you feel like God don't hear you because everything is going to the crap. So now you gotta go back to the arcs that you was before because all of a sudden you hold it now, all of a sudden you went to church because you thinking God that you was able to get what you did, but you forget that you did the dark arts to get this man. So now you got to go back to the dark arts because you feel like God ain't got me for some reason. Maybe he don't like what I did. But you don't want to actually come to realize that that's what you did. But what you do instead is that you go back to them dark arts and try to figure out how can you keep him in the bed where he don't get up and move around and messing about him. Now he's sick and he don't know why he's feeling bad and he don't know why he's unable, why he's living in misery all of a sudden. Because you don't went there trying to make sure this man stay with you. You got to do so much demonic stuff in order to keep this spirit with you because you're just afraid of being alone. You're afraid of losing. You're afraid of feeling like nobody wants you. And that's not it. God wants you. God wants all of us. He just don't want us to that the devil overruled us. So I feel like this is why this stuff seems so dark, because people's hearts and desires are so full of, I want to be the richest person on earth. I want to be the happiest woman. I want to be the happiest man. I don't want what I love to ever leave me. That's why I wrote on that video called Collective, Desperate Secret Susan. Sometimes we become so desperate when we're young and we feel like we're going to get old and we don't have time to do, because when we leave this cursed earth, we always go back to the youth side of us. And I think that's what a lot of us don't comprehend, and I think that's why we do the most on this side of the earth, because we don't know that we actually turn back to the status we were. That's why I say pay attention to the videos, listen to them. You'll never guess or wonder that some things that you will learn from listening to people that's bidding. And stop being in such a rush to hear the answers. Stop being in a rush to see if your man cheating or sees your man doing this and your man that. Because the Bible tells you, go up and get married. No problem. Go up and have children. No problem. But when you get married, you be unto your husband. He may cheat. He may leave you. Go ahead and get married. You be unto your wife. She may cheat. She may leave you. Go ahead and get married. You may have children. You may not. Oh, go ahead and have kids. You have children, but they act as if to say they're disrespectful. They're nasty to you. They may even, these things are told to you if you get married, if you have children. So there's an if of everything that everybody's desiring and so eager and such rush to get to. But you get into it and you don't realize until you're in your 30s and 40s that this man don't love me. This woman don't love me. My child is so disrespectful. Like, why are you so hard-headed? Why you got me worried about you all day? Why I can't stop stressing over you? Like, why did I even have you? Like, did this even make sense for me a gift? I had such, high expectations, such joy for you before you come in this world. Now you just driving me crazy. Why can't you get everything together? Like, why can't you work? Why can't you love me? Why can't you love this woman? Why can't you love one man? Why are you all over the place? Why you got me stressing? Why you got me worried if I'm going to hear something for the police officer called in my house? See, when you have those children and you need the spot of happiness to go out and pursue your other think of happiness that you think is happening, which is getting a husband, getting a woman, having children, you think all of that is happy. But then you realize when you're 30, 35, or 40, or 50, you realize that was never happiness. Like, that was pure hell. That's pure misery. And a lot of people can't tell you that when you're young, because she was like, you just trying to stop my fun. You just don't want to see me happy. I just want to be happy. I just want to be free. I want to be like everybody else. No, you don't. You don't want to have problems. You don't want to feel like you want yourself. You don't want to sit there and feel like you want your children. You don't want to feel like you want your husband. You don't want to feel like you want your wife, because you're just mad, you're upset. You don't want those miseries that you think that you're yearning for so bad. You don't want to be the person who's there for all the children, and then you got to get on government assistance. Then the government assistance tell you, well, you got to work. And you're looking like, I can't work with my kids. They're small. Like, I don't get enough government assistance. I don't get a welfare check. You don't pay me enough money to stay home. The rent is high. Oh no, we got projects for you. You can stay next door to somebody who's a whore. Yeah, you can raise your kids over there. No problem. Then you gotta worry about children getting into a fight with somebody. Somebody riding by somebody's baby mama because you have no private fence. You have no private life. You got to worry about your children's safety. You got to worry about your safety when you come out of the house. If somebody going to do a drive-by and X somebody else because they're mad at them, these are all the things you have to worry about when you're young, and you forget, or you're not paying attention to life, or you're not paying attention to the news, or you're not actually hearing that, girl, let me tell you about what happened to Susan, girl. Susan walked to her front door, and her ex came by in the car, and he had an automatic semi. This thing was just went on off like 100 bullets at a time. He could put like 1,000 bullets in her within 2 minutes. 1,000 bullets, girl. Okay, whatever. And you go back in the house, eat your crackers. For 5 minutes, it phases you. And next 5 minutes, you don't comprehend what she just said. So you, Susan, you go find you, Tom. And Tom just as crazy as the other woman, husband, a boyfriend, baby dad, whoever. Say Susan got the one that got shot up and then turn around, mayor, whoever. Just whatever character it is, whatever your name should be. You go off and do the same thing she just got to doing. As if to say, you didn't hear 5 minutes ago how that other guy shot him up, and now this guy here trying to do the same thing to you. things come to you as a warning, as to say, hey, take your time in life. But you're like, I want to be like Susan. I want to be like Bacon. I want to be like Jane. They got a ship. I want a nasty low life man too. That's gonna beat me up and not work. I want him to mistreat me and get me a bunch of babies too. That's what you be saying, because it's entertainment. It's a lie. Keep you alive. It makes you feel like you're living. Okay? It makes you feel like, hey, it's worth waking up every day. And I get it. A lot of us don't know what heaven's like. A lot of us feel like it don't exist. And for those people that understands it and knows it, they pretty much is like, nah, that's not the way I want to live. I refuse to live like this on repeat. And I think now people misunderstand that you wake up every single day, everything's on repeat. Everything that you do, you brush your hair, you brush your teeth, you take a bath, you change your clothes, you tend to your kids, you feed, you cook, you clean for them. Every day is on repeat. So it's so hard for people to understand that someday that this lifestyle that you're doing is going to be a repeat. Whatever you experience is going to be a repeat. And no, I don't really want to pay it in mind, because sometimes the rich people don't want to scare you off, but they need somebody to work for them, right? To make the money, which doesn't make sense because now you get robots. But it's always wise to listen to information all the way through. I know you may say this is trying to get your numbers up. Yeah, but it's also so cheap for you, okay? Because you just never know that you may need to hear this. The younger people need to hear this. And I know it's hard because I was once young and nobody can tell me nothing either. But at the same time, when I see my friends go through, I was like, oops, well, I'm not gonna get pregnant. You ain't gonna leave me stuck in the project with, and then turn around, have to go outside, be ducking and dodging, trying to figure out who's gonna shoot me. Oh no, and it ain't my fault. And some things that may happen to you is down on your mama's side, your grandma's side, your great grandma's side. Those people have done some things, and you just never know that those people are sitting back, and they'll wake them up and tell them, hey, Miss Susan, on the other side over here, your great-great-granddaughter is trying to get what you did to somebody else. Yeah, that's what happens. She better get what you got. You were like, but my great-great, don't do that to my seed and my generation. Don't do that. But you didn't care about that. You didn't comprehend that. You went ahead and had all these children. And these children had children. And now you got to sit back and watch them children suffer. No. I need somebody, a spiritual person to come through. Somebody, please help my grandchild before this happens to them. It ain't happened yet, but it's yet to happen in 2 or 3 days. It's yet to happen in 3 weeks. It's yet to happen in 3 months. Please go and save my grandchild. We can't get to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't read the videos. A lot of people think this stuff is all a joke. And I get it. I thought it was a joke too. I thought it was just super kind of factor that pissed me out of notion. I don't think it's real at all. You know, sometimes it's still hard for me, and I do it every day. I'm looking into it. Not every day. I'm lying. I don't do it every day. I do it whenever. But when I get into it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this can't be going on for real. But in the spiritual world, it feels like you're whispering to those people to tell them, hey, don't do this. Or tell certain people. Not everybody's going to get the message. Not everybody's open to concentration or meditation so that they can hear what's coming to them, so they can be aware of this. Sometimes it comes to you in dreams, and sometimes it don't. You know, I just had a dream a minute ago, and I felt like the kids was trying to maybe reach out to me or figure out something, but I kept trying to tell them something over and over again. And these are celebrity kids at that. And I'm looking like, celebrity kids, like, why are you guys in my dream? And it seemed like they kept wanting me to help them. And a part of me is like, I can't help you if you're not listening or you're not paying me attention. And it's like not being able to understand because you're young and it doesn't make sense to you. And I get it. That's why I'm dragging on the Libras, because I am also and I feel like a lot of people don't comprehend how to listen and maneuver, because it still seems like you're not there. I need you to do it like you do it in reality. You know, you see your lawyers working, you see the judge working, you see everything moving according to you with your eyes to see, versus you fearing that what you're telling me in spiritual world may not actually maneuver itself. Okay, So anyway, Libras, I had waited for 24 minutes on your video. Hopefully it was some things that you need to hear. But I'm going to time stamp this when I start doing the reading. So just in case you don't want to hear me venting, you can actually jump to the section of Libras. So excuse this noise for a minute. But you can actually jump to the section when I'm actually start doing the reading, which will be Libras. Reviews time set 26 minutes. So in 26 minutes your reading will start. And I will post this so that you can actually click there and then hear me venting about watch the video. Also like, comment, subscribe to the channel. If you guys want a personal reading, you can inbox me below the video and I can do a personal reading for some of you guys. Not for some of you guys, for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna start from the read, and then after I get the read, I'm gonna do a bit overall. So you guys are ready to get into this reading, so grab something to drink, sip some tea, sip your coffee, whatever it is that you like to drink on. Get your little wine glass out, okay? So here I go, Libras. For some of you guys, I'm talking about love first, and then I'm gonna get on and talk about your money part. Oh, wait a minute. Let me stop for a second. After I figured it wasn't through uploading. So yes, keep listening to me, okay? Because I know you're listening. Every time I make a move, y'all on my internet, just watching everything I do. Can't wait for me to put on internet so you can sit there and listen and inspire me. Amazing, right? Okay, for some of your Libras, you will still carry a flame for the one you love and hope to recover what was lost and begin again. For some of your Libras, all attempts at a union or reconciliation are going to be blocked, but because of this, you'll begin to realize what works for you and what doesn't. For some of your Libras, you will be depressed or in a negative state of mind, or will feel that there's no escape from your workload, lifestyle, or undesirable fate. For some of your Libras, an unusual and a depressing condition will take the pleasure out of a situation you would normally find rewarding. This could also indicate a sexual or some kind of bondage or illicit or a dead-end love affair. So some of your Libras, you could be just being with somebody just for the sexual energy, and it's like they give you the sex high, but in reality it's like even as a person, even as unrewarding, you know, something like seems like it's really, really good, but in reality it's not as good. And I kind of get that. You may say you're single. How do you get that? This thing has stopped me. Yeah, this thing has stopped. I'm trying to figure out when did it stop because I don't know if it was recording. I thought I would go online and go for it because it jacks it up. So I'm gonna stop right here because I don't want it to be jacked up because I think Cloud is trying to upload it as I do it. So let's see. I'm gonna read this again just in case I didn't get it all in. All attempts at a union or reconciliations are going to be blocked, but because of this, you'll begin to realize what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Hold up, I clean my colleague out. Okay. For some of you Libras, you will be depressed or in a negative state of mind, or will feel that there's no escape from your workload or lifestyle or undesirable fate. For some of you Libras, an unusual or depression condition will take the pleasure out of a situation you would normally find rewarding. This could also indicate a sexual some kind of bondage or illicit or a dead-end love affair. So I had to repeat that just in case you didn't hear it. So if it sounds like I'm gonna repeat, it's not like I'm losing my mind, it's because it stopped and I don't know if it was recording it or not. Like I said, when I go online, it seems to stop recording, but if I'm offline, it just flows with no problem. But because I'm trying to do two things at one time, And plus the cloud is constantly trying to upload everything that I'm doing. So I don't know. Just be glad when this stuff get it together, because you know how people hire the regular people. I think in America they have this trend where they hire bad people to work for them and not realize that they're bad, but they also could be super intelligent, but they have a negative energy and they don't comprehend that. But it's for something inside of them that draws them to say, "Hey, hire this person." And it destroys everything about them. Um, it's like Microsoft whole system is so raggedy to it's unreal. Like, how do you not have a what is going on in your connections? Like, how do you hire people to destroy you on purpose? And so people can fuss about your program. And then you charge them fees to have it, and then turn around and feel like that's not enough money either. Like, how hungry can you be for success? I don't get it. Maybe I do know because I'm human all day. I know sometimes I feel like if I was to be in there, train there, maybe I have the same heart. Maybe I'll be greedy for money and just want more and more and more and more and more. And I want the legacy of being told, "You're a billionaire, you're filthy rich." But then again, when I touched down and found out what I know, I ain't touched down. When it touched down with me and it made me discover the unknown, I was like, what? Yeah. Make you want to change the sides. You're like, oh, I'm gonna go over this side over here. Okay, let's go to the next video. Let me pause. It's gonna be in the air because I'm already doing so much, and I don't want all this noise when I be this. You get what I'm saying? So when I got to hear it over again, it's in my ear, so I know it's annoying if other people hear it, right? So let's move on, Libras. I'm still dealing with love, and after I do this, I'm going to talk about finance next. For some of you Libras, you will be the quality of your love life or relationship, and will realize that exactly what you want is quality and not quantity. And so far, it's been the other way around. So basically, it's saying that for some of you Libras, you want someone who has value to them, and not a whole bunch of people. So in this case, you don't understand the words I was saying. It's like I take the same word over. Some people will get it, and some people are like, "Girl, what did you jack that word up and say?" Because you jacked it up pretty good over there. Well, one is quality, which is, oh, he is so amazing. I love everything about him. I can check him out. He got the perfect teeth. He got the perfect eyes. He got the perfect smile when I come around. He just loves to smile when I come around. Oh, you're so perfect. Oh my gosh, he's built like Van Damme. I love the body. Look at the way he stands there. He just stands like Van Damme. I love him. I love him. Oh, look at the way he dresses. He wears those pants just like that U shape he has down there below. Oh, just love the way he stands. Look at you. He smells so God. Your dress is always on too. I don't care if you got a t-shirt on and some boxes. We wear those things and it fits so good. And she always having these brand new t-shirts on. You smell so new on time. Smell like a real boss. Love the way you smell. Always smell like you took a bath from baby milk. Oh my god, you smell so good. Not baby milk, but you know that fresh scent that baby have. You smell it all fresh and clean. So I'm like, you can suck them up like a biscuit. Okay, some great man. Smell good next to your hair. You get the low cut hair, and you look like supposed to be a man and not a woman. You look so good. And that's some of your Libras, you like a dress. You like a man looking dirty and rough. So your Libras, I know how you do it. Okay, I'm just saying from my perspective. You're just the moon shining and shining in the moon. You just gotta be going. Oh, anyway, so that's the quality, and versus quarantine, which is quarantine, is basically quantity. It's basically the word of, dang, I gotta call Mike in about 5 minutes. Whew, I talked to him for only 20 minutes tonight because he was trying to talk to me forever. He just drives me crazy. It was a conversation be on. Whew, well, let me call Jesse. I talked to him in about 30 minutes because, Mike takes up the whole conversation all the time. So let me call Jesse in about 30 minutes. Hey, Justin. How you doing, Justin? Okay, Justin. All right, Justin. Uh-huh. Oh, and we call Sam, because Sam got all the money. Sam's off the chain with it, shoot. Can't leave without Sam. I love Sam to death. Sam be out that money for Sam. Be like, what you want, baby? Just put it on the tab and I get it. What? He got to go in the black card. I love me some Sam. He got to be forbidden. His name Sam. I'm never gonna cut him off. I love me some Sam. Oh Lord. Then I got sound. I'm calling with Sam for about 5 or 10 minutes. Sam was like, girl, go ahead, shop whatever you want. You got it. I love me some Sam. Oh Lord, let me call Jerry. Yes, Jerry. I love you too, Jerry. You can see me tomorrow, Jerry. You got my money, Jerry? So you trying to say you a pickup girl? I thought we were good. Why every time I see you, I gotta pay you, or you want some money? Cause I already don't like you, Jerry. You know you love me. I don't like you, Jerry. I really don't, Jerry. Girl, you need to stop playing. Go ahead and make me your man. Jerry. We just friends. But why we always gotta pay you some money? We just friends because that's what friends do. Okay, they help each other out. I helping you and you helping me, Jerry. Okay, get off the phone with me, Jerry. I don't want to talk to you anymore, Jerry. Okay, now you gotta talk to Tyrone. Tyrone, what? Tyrone, why you always in jail, Tyrone? Why every time I turn around, Tyrone, you in jail, Tyrone? Oh my God, stop calling me Tyrone. Well, man, you gonna put 5 on my books, man. I'm just saying, man, you gonna put 5. You got 5, you got 5. Yeah, Tyrone, I'll put 5 on your books. Well, go ahead and make it 30 then, because I know if you got 5, you got 30. No, Tyrone, I don't have 30, Tyrone. I'm going to put the 5, Tyrone. Man, go ahead. Why you tripping, man? You know when I get out, I'm going to give you that big, long boy. What is that, Tyrone? You know you like it. No, I don't, Tyrone. What you talk about, Tyrone? Get out my life, Tyrone. Stop calling me Tyrone. But man, you gonna put the 5 on that? Yes, Tyrone, I'll put the 5. Well, like I said, go ahead and put the 30 then. Okay, Tyrone. And don't call me no more for no more money, Tyrone, because I'm about sick of you. You know I'll be there for you. You know I got you when I get out. Ain't got nothing but trouble. Sorry, Libras, I had to do it. I had to do it for you. It be them shit storms. Just leave me alone already. Just drive me crazy. See, you don't want that. Some of you guys, I don't know why you like it. But I guess it's entertainment. And sometimes it's not even entertainment. It's just guys be coming to you and you look like, I got a man. Leave me alone. And they just don't understand. They be latching on you. You be like, God. And you arresting the baby who wants to cover. Just as versus a child that got to lash on my baby. Let me go. Just let me go, my babies. I'm trying to walk down the sidewalk here and you still trying to tell me something I don't want to hear. I've heard before. See all the trimmings I got back there? I got about 10 of them. You want one of them? Exactly. Oh, I could be that baby daddy. No, you ain't. I'm gonna go to work and work all damn day, come home the same shitty ass pampers I got from when I left the work this morning. No, you ain't. You gonna sit there and watch TV and call all these little slut things, thinking you do miss. Not my face. Let's move on down the road, Mr. Iceberg, or whoever you call your name. Bye. The hell? Anyway, let's move on. It's supposed to be reading for you guys. I don't feel bad before my time. But that makes me want to vent though. Okay, let's see. Libras. Your love is not very good today. I don't know what's going on. For some of Libras, one cycle is going to end and a new one is going to begin, and a tense situation will become more flexible. For some Libras, there will be a lack of fulfillment in a personal or emotional level or expression because of an essence ingredient is missing. For some of you Libras, you will enjoy buying new clothes and products or mentally preparing for the future events. And because of this, productivities will stimulate in all areas. For some of you Libras, you will hear some disheartening or distressing or upsetting news about your work. I should have read that, but yeah. For some of you Libras, a family member will be experiencing problems with his or her mates and may concern separation or divorce. For some of your Libras, it could be actually your Libras, if your problems are to be resolved or cleared up, you are the one who will have to resolve them or bring the relationship back to a healthy status. So this could be your husband, your wife, or partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, or friendship. Okay, so now I'm going to go and read the parts for money. What's going on with your finances? What's going on in your career? What's going on with your job? How that money looking for you, Libras? For some of you Libras, you'll be surprised by arrival of money or the news that money will arrive sooner than anticipated. For some of you Libras, others will make you feel insecure, vulnerable, or defenseless. For some of you Libras, your present living quarters will no longer appeal to you because it has outlived its purpose or you have outgrown it. And you will want to move to a new home or begin a new life elsewhere, or you will or family will sell your home or move. For some of you Libras, you will move into a new situation or environment, and though spending time away from home will fulfill some needs, you will still be in. You'll still be You'll be still dissatisfied. You'll be still dissatisfied. Okay. How can I not say that word right? The more I kept saying it right, the more it was determined to say it wrong. Like, come on, spirit guide, come on, help me with my speaking now. Stop messing up my words. I'm trying to get this together, and I'm tired. Okay. The more I try to say it, see how the more I try to say it, the more I kept trying to flick that word up until so what? Just leave me alone. Anyway, let's move on. For some of you Libras, a new element will be just what you need to take the wrench out of the stallement, a stallement avenue, or an unsatisfied method or operation that will slow down progress, and a lawsuit will be settled in your favor or a contract signed. I know that's right, Libras. I know that's right. I know that's right. I know that's right. Hey. Try to mess with me. An unsatisfied work method or operation will slow down progress. So somebody's slowing down my progress. I told you you two were slowing down my progress. Unethical work methods. Don't be trying to play with me. Don't play with me. But you can go ahead and play and mess around and find out later. Because you know, people be slow to the party. I'm like, you ain't know we had chips here. You ain't know we had the dips here. You ain't know we had the barbecue ribs here. You ain't know we had the crab legs. You ain't know we had the king crabs. You ain't know we had the snow crabs. You ain't know we had the dungeon crabs here. You ain't know we had the corn and the sausages here. You ain't know we had potatoes here. You ain't know we had the fried sweet potatoes here. You ain't know we had the punch here. You ain't know we had the Sprites going on. You ain't know we had the 7-Ups going on. You ain't know nothing about that. La-da-da-da-da. You ain't know nothing about that, okay? Because you was too slow. You had envy in your heart. You ain't know we had all this good tasting food over here at this party over here. See, that's why you're missing out on the good stuff, because you're so busy being a hater, trying to deprive, trying to stop something, because you're missing all your blessings, okay? But that's alright, because we're eating good over here. We're eating good, okay? And I'm just saying it's a metaphor. I'm not actually saying we got all that food here, because God knows I wish I did. But I'm just saying people be missing out on good eats. God forgive me for something. I have ego because I try not to speak in ego. But I had told this guy, and he come over here, and I was saying something, and I was just messing with him on the telephone, and I was telling him, I said, see, you blah 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 blah, and da 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 da. And I was like, see, that's why God don't give everybody common sense. Because we get tacky and we get messy, and so he got scared. Oh my god, I'm not gonna tell you all the details, but it was just me going to one of my other challenges behind events. It was just so funny because now he was like, well, I stayed and see, I tried to. I don't mean to be funny or nothing, but it's just so much to say is that it's like you good to people and you try to help people see things, and it's like trying to tell people how to move the chessboard across the board, right? And when you trying to tell somebody how to cheat something or how to maneuver something, it's not actually cheating. It's just tell someone how to maneuver the right way. And this person always trying to do things according to their desire. It's always a one-way path. So when you tell someone, hey, don't be that way because remember blah 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 blah, and that's basically all what was going on. And then the person was like, they thought about it, and they thought about everything that was going on. It was like, so, you know, because sometimes we're so busy with life, and we're so busy looking out for ourselves, and we're so busy trying to make sure we have it or make sure we get it, but so we don't comprehend that God is God. You know, He's amazing. And I think people tend to not believe that God actually exists. So we trying to like, well, I gotta go to this job, I gotta be there on time, I gotta make this money, and you're like, no, you don't. You don't have to do that. This da 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 da. Da. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. You know. And so I think people don't understand sometimes. God control every human being is what I'm basically saying. And when they control it, that's why you pray. He tells us to pray. So when you pray, you ask God for the favor with the other person. And that's what I mean by playing chess moves. Like, you ask God to give you favor with that person so that you can do what you got to do right here, okay? So that's what I was basically trying to say. Basically what I was doing. And then the other person was like, no, no, no. I'm looking out for me. No, 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 no. I was like, oh my God. Like, gee whiz. It ain't that serious. So then when the person actually gave a whoop and actually settled down and realized that, oh my God, you were right. And I hate you for it. Because the last time you didn't listen, you did it your way, and then it backfired. And now everything that was going on came to the front quicker than what it did before. Because it didn't have to happen like that. Because it was always me, and I'm going to take it and run. That's why I say be cautious of stuff. Because, say for instance, like if you got to go to court, and this right here is showing that some leaders, you guys still got to go to court. But I'm going to say this after I get to reading the money part. So in the midst of this, instead of him going to hear good news, he heard, like, what the heck? And he was like, where does this come from? So that's one reason why when I brought it back up, he thought about it. He was like, oh, versus when you went to court, it could have been different if you had actually thought about other people. You get what I'm saying? So it's not to tell you, hey, blah, 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 blah. It's just so much of saying that God controls all humans. And sometimes you have to put in good works, you know, in order for you to, how you can say it. Most of the people, when you go into a job, most of the time they want you to cry and plead for your job and beg for your job. So that's how it's sort of like people don't do that for God, you know. Sometimes people do cry, especially water signs. You guys can fake their cry. But it's more like you're not actually paying. I can't say it. I can say it, but I don't want to say it in ego. I don't want to try to make it seem I'm trying to jinx people out of money. I'm trying to trick people out of this. I'm just trying to help people understand, like, maneuver according to how you want to be done, okay? Especially if you know you don't done some crap, or you know somebody done some crap to you, and you know you just trying to help somebody out. That's all you did, was trying to help somebody out. And then it was like a backfire on you because it came to you and it hit you negative. You know what I'm saying? Always when you're trying to do the right thing, it seems like you get caught for somebody else wrong. But when you're doing wrong, it seems like you just go on. They don't catch that part. They don't know you killed 10 people. They don't know you hit them all them bodies. They don't catch that part. But it's when you slip up and you're trying to do the right thing, you're like, let me hold the door for you. And it's like, he's trying to kidnap me. It was like, no, I just held the door. I honestly didn't. And then all of a sudden you get arrested, and it's for no reason at all. And then all the comment that you did that you didn't get caught with, it just seemed like that one little simple thing caused you to go to jail. And that's for some people, right? So I'm just saying, this always when you're trying to do the right thing, after you don't did a whole lot of crap. Not saying the person actually did that. I'm just saying as an example of what some people do, you know, and how they get arrested, you know. Not very much the thing that you did. But let's move on, because your reading will be an hour or something. It'll be lower than Aries. So let's see. For some of you, someone will displease or unearth the hidden insecurities or make you feel that your work is inferior or that your job is in jeopardy. For some of you Libras, you will be feeling a definite crunch in your pockets and will wonder where the next dollar is coming from, or to make matters worse, every time you turn around, another expense will arise. But your finances are about to improve. For some of you Libras, in time your accounts will be squared, a problem solved, and bills paid with money to spare. But something else will still be held up, and in the air, unresolved, or missing. For some of your Libras, you will find out something to your benefit through a phone call or caller, and you will have the opportunity to teach or learn something yourself. For some of your Libras, there will be a message, letter, or mail concerning or impending injunction, a lawsuit, or legit. For some of your Libras, you'll be troubled by an unresolved dilemma or business issue and will have no recourse but to wait it out. So for some of your Libras who's going through a battle or some kind of legal battle or something, it feels like you have to wait it out, recourse but to wait it out or to. Okay, so let's move on. For some of you, you'll be disappointed in apparent unfair or working or destiny in your life. So whatever the workings is going on in your life, you feel like, dang, this don't feel right. It feels like I'm in shambles. So you feel like things are not fair, and you feel like every time you turn around, it's like, what is this? This is what they says. So something like that. For some of the Libras, bogged down commercial activities and annoying financial conditions will come to an end. So it means feeling bogged down, feeling restricted, feeling like you can't get this, you can get it. It's going to come to an end for some of your Libras. Hopefully all your Libras. If you feel restricted, you feel bogged like me. But if I'm feeling boxed in, can't get out of this box. I feel like somebody's hindering me. And I have to send it back to you, you know? And so I don't like saying that word. I don't like wake up and feeling like, oh my gosh, am I the only one wrong that has to have responsibilities? Nobody else has responsibility. Why you acting like you could do stuff to me and it ain't gonna happen to you? What does that make sense? You know, I'm like, if people recognize karma, they wouldn't do stuff. But then again, they will, because they feel like it's just stuff that happens. Yeah, it's stuff that happens when you're doing stuff you got to be doing, and your family don't do it, and you just follow the legacy of being okay. Sometimes it's called take a break and create some good karma. If you got a tall glass that's 1,000 feet tall, and you got that glass full up to 1,000 feet, your mama, your grandma, your great grandma, their sins, it's gonna still have effect. But as long as you praying to God to cover you, and you got enough good karma that's 1,000 feet tall, then you gotta work too much bumping your head. You gonna bump your head a little bit. You gonna go through some bad stuff because it's gonna happen somewhat. But at least you got good karma that you can pull out the jar and say, hold up. Lord, I need you to answer that prayer for me, because I know my grandma and grandpa and mama got some things that may have to fall down somewhere or another, but let me put this karma here on the table. You know how you go to a poker table and you know how you put this money on the table so that you can win big, just in case you win big, and you can put that card down like, bam, put this card down here. Hopefully this little 10 of swords or 10 of pentacles, hopefully it's big high enough that I can win this whole table, you know, of money. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you have to keep your good karma going. You gotta have that thing higher than the bad karma. You don't want your karma 1,000 feet tall and your good karma is about maybe 2 feet. You got 1,000 feet of bad shit and 2 feet of that. Does that make sense? Does that even make sense? Because you so busy trying to win in life. You so busy trying to be number one. You so busy trying to be better than another person. You so afraid that you give somebody a little bit, you gonna lose it all. Does that make sense? That you're so busy trying to get it because you fear, because I grew up poor, I grew up struggling, I don't want to ever fall down. Be okay with falling down sometimes. Because sometimes you can fall down, but you don't have to fall all the way down the stairs, okay? Because sometimes you up standing up on 100 some stairs. But if you got good karma, when you been doing good things, when you fall down, you gonna get right back up. You know why? Because you got enough karma in this thousand feet here that you don't have to fall down. Okay? That's all I'm saying, is create some good. Stop being so afraid of being broke. Stop being so afraid of not having. Because in reality, if you believe in God and you have a good heart, you are never broke. You're forever rich. You'll be the richest person on the face of the earth. When people look at you and say, you ain't not bomb, but you have knowledge and wisdom beyond that. You have seen things beyond human eyes have seen. The Bible says that. It says you will see things that's phenomenal, that people couldn't understand what you're saying. They think you're going crazy. The Bible says that, and that's true. When you put up so much good word to God, it's like, dang, that's talk, laugh, or what the hell? You know, go ahead, let that door, open that door for them. Let them see a little something, something. Let the angels sing to them. Go ahead, play a little song for them. Show them that I appreciate what they're doing. Go ahead, answer a few of their prayers and blessings, and show them that I'm grateful for them. Let the enemies turn around and look at them and say, I thought I had you not all the way down. Let them sit back and fall into shameless. Let them, go ahead, show them what I do for you when you're doing all that good. You showing out with the good side. Go ahead, show them. Go ahead and let them know the enemy should fall at their footsteps. Go ahead, show them. When their enemies come to them, tell them that you can't have this right here. I'm going to send you nasty food. I'll make sure your food is bad. I'll make sure you come to the store is unpleasant. I'm going to send people around to make loud noises and do unpleasant faces there. Show them what I do to the enemies when the enemies come up behind them and come around them. Show them how to destroy their whole enemy's family. Show them how to break their hearts. Show them how to turn around and give them back the food that they give to you. Show them. Because I found favor in you because your cup was tall. It was overflowing with goodness. Show them. They think I'm a joke. They don't think I'm real. They think I'm somebody who's gonna play with them. Show them. Show them how to make their enemies feel like they got bad luck every day of their life until they leave this earth. And then show them how I put the enemies in pits of show them. Show him. Show them how I set them on fire. How I'm going to let them be up in there. And let them see. Because they think I'm playing. They think I ain't for real. That's what you're seeing when you're doing good. So don't ever be afraid of being a good person and doing the right thing. Don't ever be afraid that God's going to take everything away from you. You're going to be butt naked, your kids going to be struggling, or your husband, da 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 da. If you're praying and you're putting in good works, then God may let you fall down for a little, but you're going to climb back up. At least you're going to have the knowledge and wisdom to learn how to climb back up. That's why I say listen to the videos. It may seem like, oh my gosh, I want to hear this crap. I can understand what she's saying. Ask God for knowledge and wisdom so that you can figure it out or understand what the person's saying, okay? Because if you made it this far and it's an hour in, some of you guys may say, I ain't got time for all of it. I don't want to hear it. But I'm telling you, blessed is those who what? Okay, hear it. Because there ain't nothing like getting blessed. I'm telling you, I've been around a lot of people and everybody say, you need to save the world. You need, and I can't save the world. You know why? Because the world that runs it want like-minded people. They want drama. They want action. They want you out here showing out, showing your body, showing your boobs. You got to show a little eye. You got to screw somebody. You got to do all this. You got to pay. You got to pay. You got to pay. You got to do this before you get jump in. You know, you got to pay the piper. What piper am I paying? Who am I supposed to be doing something to? What you talking about? Okay? How God said, go and be the light, and those who's in your light gonna be blessed. So why you want me to pay for something if you're coming into my light to be blessed? Does that make sense? To put in good works? Is you out there doing what God said not to do? And you want me to pay you for your evil works that you're doing? Does that make sense? Just confused. But you coming into my light to be blessed? But you telling me that I gotta pay your light, your darkness? Makes sense. But okay, that's how the world is working. I say create good karma because get you. So let's move on. For some of you Libras, you inherit a business lead or opportunity to make money. For some of you Libras, someone will do a charitable deed or the act of kindness. Amazing. Need that, Libras. For some of you Libras, you will succeed in recognizing what's wrong and coming to the right conclusion or decision. For some of you Libras, though luck will be with you and rejuvenate a product or unlisted assistance from others and a valuable piece of information. As I got you saying, right. So I'm trying to help y'all Libras. You made it this far. Okay, I got valuable pieces of information. You can't make this up. I'm reading it and telling it back to Libras, okay? I already know this. So I'm just saying to you Libras, okay? Let's move on. You'll be glad to have the courage to stand up for your rights and to confront and resolve disputes and complications. For Libras, you have just completed a cycle of destiny and a brand new cycle is about to commence. The present will, I can't see that because it's gone. The present will lead to involve before it can be rated or judged, and time will provide the key to the understanding that what you need. Let tomorrow take care of itself. Wait for time to wait for time to take its course. Problems will be resolved one by one, and turbulent times is coming to an end. So Libras, for some of you guys, it's probably like, the storm is never going to end. The storm is never, it's got me what? Let's move on. Libras, for some of you Libras, to your great relief, a weird or unpleasant event will turn into a lucky break. So let me read it again, because I was confused on where it began at. Okay, because I got confused over everything. Okay, for some of you Libras, to your great relief, a weird or unpleasant event will turn into a lucky break. For some of you Libras, you will be extremely irritated or angry with a associate, and you will either let him or her know it, or will take action on it, or you will feel overworked, overtired, unappreciated, and on your own. So therefore, Libras, if someone is causing you stress or something like that, you gonna pretty much make a video and let them know. For some of the Libras, or you guys go and call them, let them know. You're gonna talk to them, let them know. And basically, it's like whatever it is that's going on, Libras, that's causing you frustration, you're gonna vent about it. So let's move on. For some of the Libras, this is not a good time to push for results or situation or move to a new locations. Others will have the upper hand, so don't make waves or force conversation. Some of you Libras, a trip or outing will be postponed due to unavoidable circumstance. So therefore, if you had a trip that you was going to do, if something came up that you could not avoid, Libras. For some of you Libras, you will be overwhelmed by the amount of work that must be done in order to achieve your goals, and the efforts it will take to complete the task will seem so much. It seems like it's so much. It's way too much than it can even possibly be. For some of you Libras, I feel that way now. For some of you Libras, you're going to be working very hard, but for little or no profit, and as a result, you will feel frustrated thoughts from capitalizations on your potential. Things will seem so bad that it's almost a joke. Well, this is what I'm reading, Libras. This is actually in your past. So what I read before was actually a come up from what I'm reading now. So what I did was, the card that I read is basically the results of this card. So this card is something that you're going through where everything seems like it's so bad it's a joke. Well, this card, the card after this, kind of shows you that the solution that's going on, that's going to take place behind this. So you got two major hitters right here, which means that one is this right now is what you're going through, where everything seems like it's a joke, like it's so bad. This other card kind of tells you how things are going to slowly but break down and come to resolve the issues. Okay, so let's move on. This case, you're like, dang, everything seems to be getting worse every time you talk. We're like, girl, I'm confused. Is it gonna get good or bad? Well, this is what you're dealing with now. For some of your Libras, you're going through this overwhelming work. Feel like you're not getting rewarded. You feel like you're just doing so much and you're not getting recognized for it. You feel like you're not getting paid what you feel like you put out. Okay, so this means that the next card that I just read is telling you that everything that you're going through. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. So it's kind of like I'm reading it backwards. So as I'm reading, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, you know. Okay, so let's move on, Libras. You will have major financial difficulties and unexpected losses resulting from bad checks, bad investments, or adverse conditions. But you will soon have an opportunity to make more money, so don't worry. For some individuals, you will be in a state of suspense, ammunition, and will have no recourse but to wait things out. The past will no longer give you pleasure, and the future is yet to begin. Okay, for some of you, it will be a battle to success. It will be a battle to succeed because your success or average. Okay, It's going to be a battle to success because your advancement is going to be blocked for the time being. So basically, it feels like every time you try to move forward, you feel like someone is trying to block you or hinder you. It's like the energy is like somebody put a voodoo thing over you, and it seems like the energy for Libras is like being condoned, like you can't succeed, you can't move forward. But usually, it's because, um, like for me, for some of the things that I have learned, it's like not everybody can go in that door because not everybody is, how can I say it? It's like having a light, and everybody needs that light to see, but nobody is comprehended as a light. They feel like, no, no, there ain't no light. That's still darkness. No, 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 no. That person don't have a light. No, 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 no. So it's like they don't comprehend that it's a light that's to help them. And for those who comprehend it as a light, they try to sneak in and get a taste of the light. So when they get into the light, they're like, oh my gosh, it really is a light. I can see. Oh my goodness, I see. And at the same time, their sins are so heavy, are so like 1,000 feet tall, until they really is not prepared for the light. So in other words, it's like get a reward that doesn't belong to you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got so much bad deeds that you don't deserve to get this reward. It's kind of like what it is. So therefore, some Libras, it may not be just you, it may be just certain people where the energy just, it's like if you got one Libras in that circle and everybody feels like Libras are going through this, Libras are being cursed, and it's like something's trying to protect you because it's that, it's like we don't know it, but you know it. And so it's like the energy that, Sepsis is like with me, I'm trying to do the right thing, and I have the light, right? So if I have the light, and that means that whatever I do, my other Libras just tend to go through the same thing. So when we all going through the same thing, that means that it's kind of reflecting on my other Libras to kind of like do the same thing on it hits them. So that means that Libras have to be a circle of protection. So that means that you're not able to get out there and shine light with everybody. So that means that you're blocked from being presented to everybody. That's what I'm trying to say. And you're like, I don't know, I'm wretched, I'm this. Where can I get out? I can't proceed. Why is this blocked for me? Because it's sort of like that one Libra has everything blocked and everybody's being affected by it. This is a Libra squad. You get what I'm saying? So the other people that's coming through, that's trying to get to the light, that knows it, and the rest of them just blind monkeys like, I'm trying to find success in life, I'm trying to be great. Well, they don't understand that the light has that gift for them, and they are so evil and so nasty and doing all kind of manipulative things that they're so busy trying to help the devil keep them blocked. You know what I'm saying? In other words, the devil's trying to send them bad fate, and they don't comprehend that. So they feel like, well, I'm jealous of you. I don't want you to have that. I'm going to block you. I'm going to keep it where you in the dark. You can't have this. But in reality, they're doing what they're supposed to do because it's kind of protecting you from them, because some people don't comprehend. And some people in the dark does recognize it. And they do try to come get something like, and they do like, oh my gosh, what is this? You know, I need this energy for the longest. Oh my gosh, amazing. You know, and so that's what I'm saying. It just basically sounds retarded, sounds stupid, right? But it just basically saying like being protected from people that don't belong, that don't need it. So it makes it seem like it's hitting all the Libras, and some of the Libras actually make good money. Some of the Libras are actually deserving of your money because you have a good job, but you feel like your money is blocked. You feel like somebody's pulling your money up. It's like, really much it. What's going on? And it's because that Libra's in your circle is not, you know, getting paid, it's being blocked, it's being hated on, and you don't understand why they're doing that. Because they like you. You're in the circle. You're good with them. But in reality, it seems like they're lashing out with you for some reason, and it's like they don't know why they're doing it. They don't know why they're feeling way about you, but they love you, but they just hate the other people. It's like, I don't like her. I want more of her. I want to make her life difficult as crap. But I don't mean it about you, though. You're good. But for some reason, it seems like, well, they got to suffer too. And it may not really go on like that for all your Libras. That's why I say for some of you guys, I'm just giving you an example. When I do readings and stuff, and I see other people saying, yeah, me too. I don't know what's in the air. I don't know what's going on because I feel the same thing. Like, this is crazy. I'm fearing the worst for you. and it's just something that it's like the moon or something, or like the Jupiter, you know, like astronomy, how they say, well, Saturn's in the house with Pluto and Jupiter's all in the house. So it's like it's good luck there for you. But Pluto is making everything complicated for you. And Saturn is overexposed. This is chaotic, you know. I don't know why the luck in there. Why you get paid? Because Jupiter's there for you to get paid. Well, for some reason, that darn Pluto is being so stubborn and cold-hearted. This don't make sense. So anyway, Libras, let's go on. A business merge or large-scale plan will fall through because a circumstance will implement any further progress of the development. I just say that, right? Okay, it says a business merge or large-scale plan will fall through because of circumstance will implement any further progress or development. So implement it's basically like it will stop it from any further progress. So therefore, something that was trying to block you from merging or going further, it seems like it's going to be blocked from doing what it's doing. As I got you saying, it seems like something is trying to come for the Libras and make Libras' life pretty much hell. So that person's going to be blocked from doing that. They're not going to be able to put the pressure on you no more. It's what it's trying to say. It's what you may not understand what I'm saying. Some of you educated Libras, you might get it. But for me, I don't get it. I'm not educated like that, okay? You may say, just read some books. I read books all the time, but I still would F the whole story or whole sentence if I read it. I'm like, oh no, don't twist the words into what I think the word is supposed to be trying to say. And that person will be like, nah, that's not what that word said. I know how you spoke that and messed it all up like that. It was implied, not improvised. What kind of word? Yeah, you're worse than Moses. Are you his sister, his niece, or something like that? Maybe so, okay? Because she messed up the words big time. And be steady trying to read. So look at her. She going to keep on going, ain't it? She going to keep on going and mess the whole entire paragraph up. What you trying to say, baby? Don't waste your time, child. She messing up everything up in there. I don't know what's wrong with that sweet baby. But go ahead, girl. What you saying again? So I can try to figure it out because I know you're going to mess up a lot more words than that. It don't make no sense to be trying to do something you know you can't do. Just let it go. Just let it go, baby. Trying to save people who's broken and confused and really don't want to be saved until they get over there and then they realize that they need to be saved by something. They're gonna appreciate your ragged talking when they're over there talking about I didn't know, no. Anyway, let's move on if I can. For some of you Libras, you were fed up with the lack of results of your efforts and trying to keep your chin up. Those setbacks and reversals and will decide to withdraw your energy or give up. Libras, you're going to give up. Some of you guys are going to give it up. Just tie. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's move on. For some of you Libras, being released from bondage, barriers, and physical or mental oppression will come as much deserving reward. So that means that even though you've got all the depression, you got all the bondage, you got all the physical and mentally depression that someone can give to you, it will be a reward. You know why? I don't know why it would be a reward because it don't make sense to me. Because I don't feel like when somebody do something evil to me, it's a reward. I guess it's a reward because it goes back around to them. And I get to sit back and say, now you see how that feels. No, you don't, because you're going to turn around and say, life happens. I can't stand people say life just happened. So that means you ain't going to try to solve nothing you're doing wrong. That don't make no sense to be a demon until you leave this world. Does that make sense? To always keeping the devil's cup full, you need some Jesus cup. You need some Jesus juice, okay? And stop drinking that rabbit juice. You're mating, having all these kids, or just mating anybody, and doing all kind of evil stuff behind it. This don't make no sense. Let it go. Let's move on. For some of you Libras, it will be a battle to see because your success or investments is going to be blocked for the time being. Ain't that something? It's like blocking something for whatever reason. For some of you Libras, luck will be with you in attaining what? information concerning your situation. So therefore, some of you Libras, you're going to receive information on stuff that you're going through. So you're going to pretty much get, like if you're going through a battle with the court and you feel like, what the hell, lady? So you're going to get some information to help you sort it out and guide you through the process of what you're going through for some of you Libras. So you know what you're going through. The court battle. Something's going to come around. Like I said in the card before, I read this card, which is after. I read this card first with love, but this is in your past. But the card I just recently read, when it's saying that, talking like you could have been relieved and everything. Excuse me for a minute. Get out of here. I don't have some. But you kind of get what I'm saying. Anyway, for some of you, in spite of everything, you will have learned something from the experience, and for what you will be grateful. And for that, you'll be grateful. For some of you, this is not a time for any venture or rush or rash decisions could result in losses. It will also be very hard for you to keep the faith and not get stuck into negative thinking or race conscious belief. So that means that you don't want your conscience to race and try to make you act and do things out of time. As the card before that says take your time and stuff, things will level off one by one. So that means that anything that you're trying to move towards, don't force it, because if you're out here like don't be like a boss. Because if you be like a bully or something like that, then you're gonna cause everything to be chaotic and things are not gonna, it's like you don't pay attention to things that is trying to let you see some things. So sometimes we move wrong, and sometimes we move before it's time. We can act like Aries and move before we actually think about things. And when you're moving too fast and you're angry and you're anxious for stuff to get resolved so you can find relief, because we Libras, we love to be feeling good. We like to feel like our energy as a calm and not in the storm. You can do storms sometimes for certain PMS around like, hey, I will, sometimes we love the storm. But sometimes we don't like the storm when it keeps brewing. And sometimes we have to figure out a way to act. We have to find a quick solution to our storm. So basically it's saying do not force a resolution. Do not go bullying, being real nasty. Just keep it calm, talk in a calm way, and find out all the details that you just know, and let the details come into you and let people talk to you in a calm way so that you can understand exactly how to proceed in everything that you're going through. Because sometimes we're just hyped, and sometimes we get hyped and we act like a water sign, a fire sign. We just buck wild and loose, and we're not paying we're not paying attention to the details as we're supposed to. That's why I say Libras and Earth signs, you're designed to keep the storm calm and not to be a part of the storm. So when you get into the action and you're just as wild and loose and you end up getting pregnant by somebody and you know for a fact and we don't know what happened, and you supposed to be at school prom and you turn around, you got pregnant at school prom, and now you got to come back home and you hadn't even graduated yet. You have plans to go to college, so now you can't go to college because you got pregnant by somebody, and now your mama's like, oh, your future in life is gone. Who's going to take care of the baby? You're like, Mama, I got it. So now you have to take up time to nurture the baby before you go to school, because now the baby's hollering, baby's up all the time nights. So now you're frustrated because now you have to give a lot of attention to this child until they're turning a year old, until your mama able to take over, or your grandma, whoever, is able to step in the shoes, because now you have pushed yourself back for the plans and desire that you have, because you had an oopsie, because certain periods come on, and some periods come on and make you hype, or certain friends will make you hype because it's prom time. Like, hey, it's prom time, it's time to get wild and loose, and you get wild and loose, and all of a sudden, oopsie, what the heck? So sometimes we have to be cautious of getting to our feelings of having a good time and want to be fun, because it's always a cause and effect behind everything that we do. And so the cause of you want to have a good time, the effect is getting pregnant, and now you're like, oh my God, it has affected everything in your life, okay? So be mindful of that energy, Libras, where we get that energy and we have to go through this storm in order for it to rework itself to make us back comfortable again, okay? Because now we have to iron out all kind of kinks in our life because we sinned, because we did this certain things and we feel like it wasn't no big deal because we was in a height, okay? So now we crying like Aries, we crying because Aries is always bumping their head. And real kind of people, we like to stay cool and calm. We like for everything to be working out, because some of us know things work out. Some of us don't. Some of us got stressful parents who cause our life to be chaotic and cause our feelings to be stressed out. That's why I say you cannot hold your parents, stuff, or grandparents accountable for how they treat you. All your foster parents, forgive those people how they treated you and move on. Clear your conscience out. Give it God. Pray for God. Since God says, love nobody more than you love me. Always keep him first. I don't care if you married 10 horses. Keep him first. Keep your eye on him. Keep your eye on God. And when you got your heart set on God, you pray for him to maneuver things in your life accordingly. And you also have to walk accordingly. You can't pray for him to help things when you sitting out there talking about, well, I'm going to be messed. I'm going to go and sleep with this man. And I don't care if he's married or not married. I'm going to go out and sleep with this woman. I don't care if she's married or not married. Because then you have to deal with the karma of because what God has set up for mankind. So that's why it's hard for us to get out of his laws when we think we can. Because he has rules that brings you karma if we don't abide by those rules. Okay? So let me go and do a little bit because I've done with your reading part of it. And Libras is still going on. But I think if it goes on for like an hour, I'm going to half it up. So I'm recovering from the past and up to the front, Libras, what's going on in your life. Some of you Libras, I feel like you guys in the past, you are focused on your money. You may have something of a sentimental value to you guys that you're holding on, that you're watching like a precious stone here. For some of you Libras, I feel like you guys are sitting high on the throne where you guys are making money, baby. For some of you guys, I feel like someone tried to come and take it or took your money for some of your Libras or try to talk you out of your money, Libras. But I feel like you guys are trying to hold it on tight. You might have gotten your money in like a secret spot or something, like hiding away from everybody. But yeah, you Libras, you guys was like, I ain't playing my money. I'm gonna keep my money to myself. You're not gonna have this. I feel like some of you Libras, you guys were kind of like, was in a mood where you had to be kind of healthy conscious. I feel like you guys were really focused on the food that you need to eat in the past. And I feel like you guys was like, oh my gosh, I can't eat this and eat this. I want to be able to make sure that, my body's healthy, For some of you Libras, I feel like you guys were talking to someone in the past where you pretty much made other people feel like they had to run and leave. So if you're in a relationship with someone, love-wise, I feel like you pretty much ran the person off. So it's like, how can I say it? It's more like, you guys might have had a big argument or something, and you said some things to that person to make them feel like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you alone. Whether or not you pull out your big dogs on them or not, but something about this person that was getting on your nerves, and you was like, da 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 da. So whatever words you said to the person kind of made them go about the business. For some of you water sign, Libras, oh wow, I said water signs. I feel like you was hypnotized. And when I meant hypnotized, you know what I'm talking about? And I feel like you was drunk over the hypnotized. And for some reason, I feel like this is no longer a vibe for you, as I had to read in your cards. But I feel like for some of you guys, you wasn't faced by that because it's like you had these big dreams and stuff that was coming as fantasies that you want to do. And I feel like some of you Libras, you did that with someone. And I feel like you're not fazed by it anymore, as I was reading before. So it's shown in your past where you're not actually fazed by it anymore. But I also feel like you have this energy where you're probably sleeping a lot for some of your Libras, where you're dreaming, but you're not fantasizing anymore. Like dreams come to you, but they're not what you want them to be. Versus when this person is upright, this is what you want to happen. You're fantasizing, you're hoping that these things will come through. But I feel like for some of your Libras, you're just like, they seem like it's a nightmare for your life. Love seems like it's a nightmare. Love doesn't feel real for some of your Libras. Some of your Libras, you guys could have a lot of kids, or you may feel like you're raising an army of kids. Maybe this one child may make you feel like you're raising a whole army. But I feel like some of you Libras, you're trying to figure out how to be more of a nurturing mother, how to be more of a mother who has patience with the kids. And I feel like some of you Libras are like, when are my PMS is gonna stop? Like, I'm so tired of seeing that thing. Like, I'm not trying to be a mother at this age or at that age. So I feel like some of you Libras are like, when is it gonna end? I don't want no babies. Some of your Libras just had a baby. I just said it before. But I feel like some of your Libras just gave birth. But at the same time, some of you could experience someone who was sick or about to pass away for some of you. Or you may have heard someone that passed away, Libra. For some of you in the past. And some of you guys may feel like this person who you're dating, you feel like, I don't want to be with you anymore. But then all of a sudden you went back to that person. For some of you went back to that love. You're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be with you. I want you in my life. But maybe you have kids together. Maybe you don't have kids. It just made me a strong bond. You had this person. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio, or you could be dealing with another earth sign. And maybe this title waiting on this. Hold on, this is something. I know Libras who date in Virgo, so Virgos is very strong here. So I feel like some of you guys maybe dealing with a Virgo who's kind of like, sort of like acting in a bully way, talking to you in a way where they kind of making you feel like you're gonna sell whatever I have to give you. You're gonna do what I want to, or I'm not gonna listen to what you guys say. It's like you can't get this person to listen to what you want them to say, type of Virgo, and it's like you trying to get this Virgo out your life, but because you have kids, you probably feel like you just stuck with this person, and it's like this person only sees themselves or what's good for them, type of Virgo that you're dealing with, and it's like you feel like you find yourself having to submit to this Virgo, and it's like every time you turn around, it's like, it icks you, or it cringes you, and that you actually had kids by the person, or you once loved this person, because you just can't find the beauty in them no more because you seem like they're so negative. And it's like you always wait for this person to change, this Virgo, but it don't seem like they want to change. Some of you guys are dealing with the water sign. This water sign is kind of shy. This water sign does not talk to you guys, but it could be dealing with Scorpio, and this person is just like, how can I say it? It's kind of like, I don't know. I want to say this person could have been sick, or something was wrong with the Scorpio that you're dealing with. But I also feel like the Scorpio could be kind of like laid back, don't want to work, don't want to do anything to help you. For some of you guys deal with a fire sign, I feel like you guys created something with this person, but I feel like you stopped creating this person. You know what I'm saying? It's like having all these ideas that you want to do, but you was like, no. I wanted to marry you, but no. Maybe this fire sign asked you to marry them, and you was like, oh, no. Maybe you wanted something out of this fire sign, and you're like, I can't see myself with you. I can't see this now. But something dealing with the fire sign, I know me. I know that's definitely me. So, I know. When I pull it out, I definitely would not date a Virgo, and I definitely would not date another fire sign. Like, I love me some Sagittarius. I love my Sagittarius to death. I'm cool with Leos. We buddy to thickness. Aries, I will never in lifetime date Aries. Aries, you could be ride or die, but I can't have you in my life as personal. Like, I would never. Like, this guy Aries, he could not understand why I would not date him. I would never. I don't hate Aries. I just feel like I don't like people that's hard headed. Not for me. So, like I said, I feel like I'm reading my hand too, because I just feel like it's definitely pointing to me. And I feel like I just laid out something for me to read. Because my goodness, I do not date fire signs. Now, some people probably do. And water signs, I'm somewhat not really. I never dated a water sign. I never talked to a water sign before in my life, so I don't really know. But I know for a fact, Scorpios I've talked to as friends and stuff, but as far as dating, seriously, I don't want to hear the police. I don't want to hear a phone call from the police that you don't slip and did some stuff. Okay, I don't know, no, not Scorpio, because Scorpios are the type of people that stay ready. Okay, I don't know, no. So I feel like there was some kind of stuff going on between the Scorpio. You guys didn't get along about something. I don't know, Libra, but I don't do the Scorpios. I mean, we friends are cool, but something going. Oh, you know what? I heard this online. That girl, she's a Libra. Oh, okay. Oh, let me see. Wow, look at. Oh my God. Oh, hold up. Let me see now, child. Oh, girl, I just thought about something. They go be nosy. Let me stop. Because I thought about this, and oh my God. Let me see. Okay, girl. See, that's what I'm saying about trail. Let me see something. Girl, hold on, pause you. Hold on. Gotta see this. See. Okay, I'm back. I had to go and look at something. Oh, okay. Oh, Lord. Okay, let's see Libras. So that's your past. Let's move on to the future, right? In the past, I feel like some of you guys were addicted to something, whatever it was that you had to change through. Some of you guys could deal with a Libra or the Capricorn, Virgo, as I said before. But this energy now is saying that you're trying to let go of addiction that you have. Maybe it's drugs, alcohol, drinking too much. I feel like some of you Libras are just like trying to stop drinking so much wine, liquor, whatever it is that you're drinking. Um, some of you guys may have to go to court and may have to take a pre-test, so maybe that's why some of you guys have to go with the habit. But I feel like some of you guys you're sneaking do some certain things, but you know for a fact they're not gonna pick it up on a pre-test, right? So for some of the leaders, I feel like you're not happy right now, as I read before, but I feel like your wishes are still there. It's just like you have to come to terms and cool out and calm down so those things that you want can come back to say, hey, wow, I'm just being blessed for some reason. Because I feel like sometimes this is that anger of feeling like everybody's kind of trying to attack you. I feel like everything is just seems like it's being blocked. It's kind of like keep your desires from being fulfilled right now. So Libras try to focus on being positive and less negative and try to just, like I said before, put that good karma, so that you can get this blessings come back around to you. I feel like for some of your Libras in the past, actually not in the past, I feel like not everybody knows this, but behind scene, I think you feel like a superhero. But I feel like the way you've done it for some of your Libras is like very petty and nasty. And it comes off as being a good person, but in reality, it's like, nah, that move that you did was not legit. So it's like being a scammer or a scam or something like that, and everybody presents to you that you're this good person, but it's like you feed the negative people, and the negative people recognize you as good, being a good person. You know what I'm saying? So it's like giving pigs that has demons in them, pigs food to survive, and it's like instead of you letting them pigs just go ahead and disintegrate, you're feeding them slop to keep them alive, and they're like the demons that's growing inside of them that's yet to possess other people. Instead of you just letting this, you're just keeping demons alive, so it seems. And so therefore you might present yourself as a superhero to other people that you're feeding. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to speak on and say it, but it's just like this energy doesn't represent the best type of people that you're being victorious around. Or someone that says, oh, you're my hero. It's like, girl, what? That man do this and that woman do this. I know you lying. How can she be your hero? How can he be your hero? So it's like people are so confused about what is a hero and what is not a hero. So some people say be mindful, as I said before. Some of you guys may be going with the water signs, and you may be, it's the water sign may be coming offering you some long lasting love that may even offer you a rain. But for some of you guys, this water sign may offer you a bunch of party and having a good time type of thing. But I feel like for some of the Libras, you may feel like you're looking for something else after a while, because eventually you get tired of being drunk. Eventually you get tired of this, ain't got nothing to do. Sometimes we get tired of not having our mind focused and clear. So be mindful of being with somebody who just drains you. I feel like for some of you Libras, you're going through this time where you're just trying to figure out whether or not I want to be with this person and struggle, or move on with somebody else and prosper. So I feel like for some of you Libras, you're in this scale of balance where you need to make sure that who you with are not going to cause you to be struggling. Because I feel like you have to be wise in your choices, because somebody's like a Houdini with you. And Houdini is not coming to play with, okay? This person is a master manipulator, and whoever you're dealing with, for some of you Libras, this person here is waiting for the right opportunity to come through so they can trick your ass out of everything, and you be on your back laying flat looking crazy, okay? You can be more miserable than what you is. The fortune that you have will be disappeared. But somebody's waiting for opportunity to take every goddamn go thing away from you, because they may feel like, yeah, they're dressing up everything for you, making everything look new, shine, pretty. But just so they can take every goddamn go thing from you, okay? So this could be definitely a lover, and this is reverse. Somebody who you may feel like it's a stranger but don't know a stranger to you. This person who you're familiar with. For some of the Libras, or you forgot familiar with the person. Some of the Libras may have calmed down and decided to say, hey, I'm not going to be out there with everybody. But at the same time, your lover ain't right. Something about your lover, you need to understand and pay attention to your lover. For some of your Libras, because you might hear some bad information. Because this person gets a Houdini, okay? So I warned you, Libras, about your love, the finance and money. Hey, that money gonna be gone. Some of your Libras gonna be sitting the money for cute, but if you get in love, because sometimes money make you want to be with somebody. Sometimes love make you want money, and sometimes love make you do wrong. And this person that's in your life, Libras, is gonna make you feel like, hey, whatever they're dressing up, performing, be aware of the performance, Libras, okay? This has been your reading. I hope you like, comment, subscribe to the channel, enjoy the reading. And if you need a personal reading, don't forget to inbox me. Email is down below the video. So, I didn't mean to make this thing almost 2 hours long, but some things I had to bid on Libra. I did it on Aries. Okay, so don't forget to share, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, okay? Don't just come by here like a fly and go about your business. But you can do what you want to do, free will, right? So until next time, viewers, I will see you guys later. Be a blessing and not a curse about it. And those of you who are struggling, trying to find a place to stay,